Hey guys, Rick here. It's been a long time since I've done an update, so there's nothing really up to update. What I'm doing is my garden cleanup right now. So I'm not going to be doing much of a fall garden this year, but this year has been extremely successful. But it's getting cold here now in zone 6A, so all my warm stuff is starting to die off, and I'm just pulling all my warm stuff up, and I'm gonna leave my cool weather crops, but my freezer is just amazingly full right now, and I'll just come on out here and pick this stuff just when I feel like it, if I want something just extremely fresh. But I'll give you a quick rundown on everything and how it's done. So, in here I had a volunteer cucamelon plant that I just pulled up. But I forgot I dropped some comfrey down in there, and that joker actually decided to sprout. But I'll take you to the main patch here in just a minute. These are my asparagus beans. These guys were very prolific this year. I had to pick these about every other day. So I'm gonna get this bed all cleaned up here. My melons in this box didn't really do so well, but the ones I had up front did amazing. So this is my cucamelon. I guess it's a vine now. So yeah, back early in the season, if you go back and look at some of the videos, there's actually a white trellis back up in here, but this thing is still full of cucamelon. So I got to get my daughter out here to pick these jokers because I'm pretty tired of them. Oh my goodness. But yeah, the thing is really full of cucamelons. So my purple hull peas, I've been picking these jokers like crazy as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick these last bit here, and I'll pull all this stuff up as well. See my grasshopper? So over here, I cleaned this bed out a long time ago, and I just have some, I can't remember what this herb was, but I put it in planters and never pulled it out. They actually shot through the planters, and they're actually sitting in the bed now. So that's why they're getting so big. And that's mugwort right there that I have in an elevated bed over there. So I'll end up pulling this up and putting it in an elevated bed because it's so evasive. My Swiss chard, again, it went crazy, absolutely crazy. Not okra, but collard greens. So I probably picked on this joker, I don't know, 10 to 12 times this year. And now I'm just having a difficult time giving this stuff away. So my brother came through last week, and we cleaned them bare. So I just left a couple leaves on them, and that's kind of what happens with collards. So I had okra planted here in the middle. I ended up pulling all of that stuff up. It got sitting from the top of the bed on up, it got to be about 7 foot tall, and got plenty of okra for the season. So these are just some beets I threw in, not really paying much attention to them. But I'm gonna come out and grab a couple to make some beet juice or a beet smoothie. That's my ginger. This is Sir Dudley. He's been kind of my helper. Get down. So that's my ginger in there. I need to read to see when that's actually ready, but I planted that a long time ago, and just kind of water it on occasion, on rare occasions. And when we don't get any rain, I'll leave off of it for a while. So my strawberries, so they should starting to be dying back now, but I believe these are everbearing because I'm still getting a few in there. I had a red one, but I picked it and ate it already. So my tomatoes, the tomatoes did extremely well. These plants ended up getting, well, this particular Super Sweet 100, it got to be about 13 feet tall. So what I've had to do is layer it on that, and then kind of just wire it along the cage there. So, but I'm starting to pull everything down now. But every single tomato did really well this year. So I have more tomatoes than I know what to do with as far as salsa. We got a bunch of it. Giving these away as well. These are my mortgage lifters. I'm gonna leave up these to the very end because I want to grab the seeds out of these as well and replant these again next year. So I need to clean this bed up. Now, something that I do with my beds, my tomato bed, is when I'm done with everything, I will actually dig up all the soil and I'll put it in these other beds where it's dropped down because I grow on 100% compost. You can actually see the depth of drop throughout the season. When I top them off at the beginning of the year, this is how much it's dropped. So that's probably a good 5 inches or so. And I'll just take all the soil out of my tomato bed and top off all my other beds since it's not a good idea to grow tomatoes in the same spot. So, and then what all I'll do is refill the bed with brand new soil and start it all over again. So that's why I don't rotate this bed here. But this trellis system worked out great. Later on in the season, my baling twine actually started to break. But I had reinforced it by then, so I'll know to use actual wire for next season. So my beans, I picked so many beans this year. I'm almost really tired of picking these jokers as well. But these guys fresh out of the garden are just absolutely amazing. I mean, these things are wonderful. So, and I'll come out, I'll just eat them fresh out the garden too. All organic garden, so that's how we do that. So, marigold. My Brussels, they're starting to liven up again, so I need to come and top them off. I got so many Brussels greens. I've just been putting these in the compost bin from this point on, but they're absolutely delicious. So they're probably pushing about 5 foot tall right now, and I will say probably in another 3 months I'll start harvesting those. So I don't know if they're still going to grow some more or not. But now this has been, I planted these back in March, I believe, March or April, and they kind of went not really dormant, but they didn't do as well in the heat because they are a cool weather crop, but they stayed alive. I did lose one I have no idea what happened to it, like a boar or something got inside of it. So, but they're starting to liven back up again. So have 7 of them here, and then 2 of them on the back side. My perpetual spinach. Yeah, I need to come and just whack all of this stuff down as well. And this will actually come back by itself next year. So I will leave this bed alone. I'll clean it up, clean up all the weeds and everything. Stevia got crazy. So I did 2 cuttings on that and put it in a dehydrator. So I have probably a not a pint, but a half-gallon mason jar full of stevia. And since it's really concentrated, that stuff might last for several years. Sage, I've done several cuttings on as well, and it's coming back again, so I'll probably do that one more time. This is my pepper bed. So actually, I picked all the peppers probably 3 weeks ago and just cut everything back to the bare root because I had planned on pulling them up. But we still had a little bit of heat going on, and these jokers re-sprouted again. So I think I'm gonna just let them die in the bed, or I may actually pull up a couple, take them inside, and see how we do over winter. But I'll start my pepper seeds in January or February in my grow room, and we'll go with it from there. But yeah, I got a ton of peppers this year, and they turned out really good. So the big winner was the Anaheims. Had more Anaheims than I know what to do with. So my bells didn't do extremely well, but they did okay. But yeah, the Anaheims and my Poblanos, they did really good. This bed probably had the biggest drop out of all. That's probably about 7 inches drop down on there. So that's mugwort here that's starting to die. Toothache plant. So I did that video earlier, a couple videos back of me trying this stuff out. And I love giving this stuff out to guests that comes out and just trying it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and harvest all of this and cut this back. And I'll see if this bed actually comes back by itself next year. I have no idea how the toothache plant works. So this is more stevia. This stevia I had planned on taking in the house over the winter, but I have so much of it, it's really no use now. So I'm gonna cut this back, harvest it, and we'll just plant it again next year. These are my other two Brussels sprout plants that I need to come and clean up as well. Here's my comfrey. I don't even know if I can get it all in the camera. So this is what a buddy had sent to me, and the stuff has went really crazy. So I need to cut it back and get this on top of the beds that I'm not going to be using through the winter. And yeah, I'm sure that root is real deep now, so it'll come back on its own. This is all volunteer mustard greens. I didn't plant any of this. I had a mustard patch here. I left one plant to go to seed, and this is what's happened from that. So I may use that as a cover crop as well. But mustard is actually really good, so I may just pick those fresh. So this is just a big empty area now. I just need to get cleaned up. And these are my moringas, so I will be taking these inside. So I transplanted them to these pots and act like they wanted to die. I mean, the bush was really full, and a lot of the stuff had died off, but it's starting to be come back again. So I'm gonna take these two inside. I have two in this bed over here. Let's see if I can get to it. Two in this bed. I'm gonna just leave these out. So I don't really expect them to make it, but I just kind of want to see what our winter does for this season. So I'm just gonna leave those in there. So I think that's just about it. Apple tree done really well this year. I see a lot of the local apple farmers, they didn't do really prolific this particular year, but my tree did really good. I mean, it did amazingly well. So a lot of them fell on the ground now. I'll pick these up, take them out to the deer, stuff like that. And I'll end up eventually picking the rest of these here. Had planned on making apple butter with it, but I don't think I'm gonna do that this year. So, all right, guys, I believe that is the garden. So I have a lot of cleanup to do now and get ready for next season. But I will probably still do some periodic videos. But one reason that I have not been doing a lot of videos is because I am in a master gardener class right now. So I'm actually getting certified, and it's actually going to be a fun thing to do. So I take the class once a week, and then we have a lot of volunteer hours that we have to get in here in the state of Kansas. So this time next year, I should be a certified master gardener. Pretty excited about that. So I may do some updates on that whole thing, because we've been learning really, I mean, it's a great class, really explaining the functions of how soil and NPK works, and talking about landscaping, vegetables, fruit trees, everything. So, all right, guys, that's it for the garden. A lot of cleanup to do. And I appreciate all you guys who have subscribed and kind of followed me over the year, and hopefully it'll be bigger and better for next year. All right, we'll see you later. Bye.